So, it's that time of year again, November. The time when so many people from the NoFap community and also random people on the internet who just found out about this challenge all unite to do the No Nut November challenge. Apart from memes and taking this as a joke, the No Nut November challenge could be a great opportunity for you to start living a more natural sexual life by joining the NoFap movement. So in this video, I'm going to cover the basics of what NoFap is and also how you can not only win this challenge, but go beyond November and actually implement this new lifestyle in your life. You probably know by now that NoFap is when you abstain from porn and masturbation, but there are actually a couple varieties when it comes to choosing how best to approach this journey. There is the classic, and in my experience the most effective way of quitting this addiction is to both abstain from porn and masturbation. There's also semen retention, where people believe that the semen itself is powerful and they try to hold on it for as long as they can without release. So this means that whenever they experience wet dreams, it counts as a relapse. Also, some people do just no pornography and they're allowed to masturbate and they just do it without porn. There are many individual ways of how best to approach this journey, but I recommend the classic way, where there is no porn and no masturbation. As porn affects the brain and trains the mind to prefer a fantasy over a real-life person, and the masturbation itself, it gives out huge amounts of dopamine, which if you're trying to build more discipline or you're doing a dopamine detox, are negative for you. Also, NoFap is not about abstaining from sexual intercourse. Many people that reach out to me on Instagram ask me if they can have sex with their partners, which to that I say, of course. I mean, this is a journey, and the point of it is to actually quit doing this by yourself, to watch porn and masturbate, and to actually go out there and have sex with another human being. And one more thing, wet dreams. Somehow people think that when a wet dream occurs, which is when you orgasm during your sleep, counts as a relapse. Unless you are doing semen retention, the wet dream is pretty much out of your control and there's pretty much no way of how you can predict it. If you didn't relapse consciously, then there's nothing to worry about. So now I'll share some advice of how best to approach NoFap and how to not relapse on this challenge. The single most important thing you can do to minimize your chances of relapsing is to find out the why behind your journey. If you are doing this just as a challenge or you want to see how far you can go, chances are that you will fail. But if you take this journey seriously and actually figure out the true reason of why you want to start living a more natural life, chances are that you will actually prevent relapsing and also develop a mentality to actually continue NoFap beyond the month of November. Maybe it is to fix your porn-induced erectile dysfunction, maybe you want to create more focus in your life, more energy, more clarity, stop treating women as sex objects. You need to write it down, whatever your reason is. You need to write it down and actually look at it when you are thinking of relapsing. I've mentioned discovering your true reason of why you're doing NoFap throughout my other older NoFap videos, but it's truly the most important thing. It's the thing that drives you and motivates you to get to those 30 days. Which reminds me, writing down the reason why is essentially organizing your journey to have a more systematic approach. And one other thing you can do to keep reminding yourself of this journey is to actually keep a NoFap calendar. Crossing out a successful day of no PMO can be a great way to keep reminding yourself that you're actually on this journey for a reason, and to keep motivating yourself that one day you can actually reach those 7 days, those 30 days, those 90 days and 100, whatever. But just realize that there is no real end to this journey. As with every bad habit you want to get rid of, you need to find alternatives with which you can occupy yourself in order to keep your mind off the bad habit. Use the No Nut November challenge as an opportunity to start learning new skills and also starting the work you always wanted to do instead of just jerking off. You might think that watching porn and masturbating doesn't really take that much time, but think about it. When you achieve orgasm, you lay in your bed with your mind clogged up from those extreme amounts of dopamine, and are you ready then to actually go and chase those deadlines and finish projects? No. In most cases, people just rather lay there and maybe watch some YouTube, eat junk food, and just feel bad about themselves. So instead of falling into the cycle of PMO, find something productive to do. Maybe it's your side hustle, maybe it's your main hustle. Hell, even cleaning your room can take your mind off watching porn and masturbating. NoFap is more like a lifestyle than a challenge, and the No Nut November challenge is more like a fun way to kind of get a sense of the community and dip your toes into this journey. But when November ends and the next month begins, if you actually took this journey seriously, you will notice that this journey never really ends. Sure, relapses happen and they will happen, but the fight and the struggle against the urges, that's what this journey is all about. It's about building yourself to be a stronger man who is more resilient to short-term pleasures. I've seen many articles about how NoFap doesn't really have the medical and scientific proof to work, but it's not about that. NoFap is about training the mind, how for certain people even going to the gym is more like a mental battle against themselves and less the physical aspect of it. Yes, I never looked into the science of the brain and how NoFap affects it or whatever, but I just got into this journey pretty much the same way as others did. I felt that I had a problem and I felt that this can't be healthy for you. For me, it's enough to feel the benefits and feel that I'm not just wasting my life and my days of just watching porn and masturbating like I did 2 years ago. And sure, I still relapse every now and then, but it's a hell a lot of better than just PMO every day. So I encourage you to take on the No Nut November challenge, and maybe you will realize that it's not just a challenge, but a way to discover yourself and to actually discover that there's a world beyond instant pleasures and come more in sync with your natural sexual self. If you are going to do this challenge, or maybe you are already on this challenge, type yes in the comments down below. And also, if you found this video informative and helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more weekly self-improvement content. Also, if you want more information about NoFap, there's going to be a link in the description down below of my playlist of all my NoFap videos in one place. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and if you want, you can support this channel both on Patreon and PayPal. All the links to social medias and support pages are gonna be in the description. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and stay on your journey.